Greetings everyone, it's Lodrik again, and this is a game who won the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play-by-evening match against AsuRob. He's Allied Commander, and for me it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 50, game version 26B, extended map with stacking limits. 2nd February 42, and I'm still trying to get a foothold here at Darwin. This is my invasion fleet, but there's 3 enemy patrol ships, AMs, mine sweepers. They're not really powerful, but they're still messing up with my task force here. Luckily I have, not luckily, but I have of course their close support, close escort, direct escort. And the heavy cruisers are taking care of this threat. Hopefully fast, without, looks like one hit on one of my cargo ships at the beginning. Or there was a collision, I'm not more sure, but I have one cargo ship with heavy damage. But no troop damage, at least in the report. So I'm now in Darwin Hex, and there's a submarine, but my escorts suppressed it. Not really damage, but that is fine. So long I can now unload my troops. 2 hits. And I arrive also at Port Blair. More or less a must-have before you can go for Rangoon. At least it is much better to have it and control and checks in surrounding seas. So now the bombardment of Port Darwin. There's some return fire, there are some 6 and 9 inch coastal batteries here. Oh. Some casualties. All of the stock bases. Some additional shells on my cargo ships, but at this time there was still troops on board, but no. War is not peace, and someone have to die. These are the Dutch destroyers. They are maybe out of fuel and parking here, and I cannot hit them. So they're not dead into the water, so they're not completely out of fuel, but not sure what is the meaning why they're staying here. I come already at 2,000 feet, so I cannot go lower or I will lose my payload. Some ground attacks in China. looks all fine. But the supply situation in China is really not so easily, so sooner or later I have to stop this airstrikes again. And these are now ROB strikes. And there is some Air Force here around Suva. This is maybe Air Force directly out of Suva attacking my ground forces. But these assault divisions, they have some better flak guns. Good. British Dutch Air Force attacking here Java. The soldiers are trying their best. And they're taking out some Hurricanes. And only small damage on my troops. And this is now the Air Force out of Darwin. What is left, let's say this. So there are some Warhawks escort. Most important is, or most dangerous is here the torpedo bombers plus the Banshees with the 1,000 pound bombs. Well, let's see how many are able to bypass my escort. Some. The Banshees are the most dangerous, you know. But maybe the pilots are simply too nervous or not good, not have not enough skills, whatever. So I was able to get rid of the escorts, the Warhawks, and I also inflict heavily damage against the Banshees, and all of the rest are also destroyed or returned to base. So that was skillful, or well, now Banshees without escorts, that's will be more or less a slaughter. But I can only get 3 for escaping, but only on the way in, on the way out I get them all. So, very active defense from AsuRob still. And there's my cargo ship going down. Next unload phase. Now it looks like only supplies are unloading. And catching the retreating Dutch commando unit, whatever. And next battle for Wenchau. I can destroy the fort. Damages equally. So I would say that is now the end, because I have 3 times the raw attack power. 1 or 2 more hits and Wenchau is mine. And the Mongolian army is also winning here in the north. I only try to destroy this Chinese unit that they are not messing up with northern flank. This is Dutch base force retreating. They're retreating again. But now they lost all their guns, so it's an empty shell. And this is the first check on what is in Darwin. Nothing powerful. A lot of base force equipment, But there's also all of this olive green stuff is American, and this dark green I think is Australian. So there is American equipment here. So I was maybe fast enough to reach Darwin before too much equipment arrived. And I have here more or less one assault division and one regiment. I hope this is enough to take the base. But this defense bombardment was strong, inflict a lot of casualties on my side because there are a lot of heavy guns and coastal batteries, artillery, and they can also, I think, attack every land target. So there's no difference between navy guns and land guns. And I have only roughly double attack power, so we will see how successful this is. I had not more equipment ready to take Darwin, not in this short time. Good, taking some dot bases. Overall, I would say the landing at Darwin was successful. I lost only one cargo ship so far. I slaughtered the Allied Air Force there. Of course, I was also lucky that there was no bomb hit on my ships. Well, so air losses 47 to 2. For me is a transport airplane and G3M2 Nell bomber. And for the Allies, it's a lot of stuff, mostly Banshees and Warhawks, but also a lot of Hurricanes. Good. Always nice. And out of my destroyed aircraft, only one wounded pilot. Goody goody. But I lost, I killed the 3 Australian AMs, not really powerful ships. So okay for sub hunting, but not much more. And this cargo ship is very small, so it doesn't matter. The 6-inch gun shell is too powerful, too much damage for this kind of ship. So I attack Wenzhou. I cannot take the base, but I think this is the end of China, or the Chinese presence there. And the rest is still a little fighting somewhere over the map, but nothing too important. I still fly into Laosio supplies from Hanoi, and this will sometimes consume my transport airplanes. I arrive at Port Blair. I think he is only the standard base force equipment, so I hope a Navy Guard unit is enough to take it. We will see. I also wiped out here more of the Dutch retreating forces, and so I must take the bang on the west coast of Sumatra, and Oosthaven, not sure if there's something. I also arrived at Bendoing already with my unit, so I will now simply only check how strong is the presence. There are 14 units, so there is something. If this is all, I don't know. There's also, I take this base, but there's mines. Not that I really need this space to unload equipment. If I want unload, I will unload here, because you have a bigger airfield. I need only to bring more equipment as soon as possible to Java. There was a big, well, there's 3 or even 4 submarines are here at Darwin. So yeah, also easy. Oh, it's Rob is using air and submarines aggressively, I would say, to defend his positions. Makes sense. Compared to Xargun, it's the other playstyle. So the point is, of course, only was he's aggressively attacking me and try to inflict damage, but at the same time he's bleeding also a lot of aircraft. So this is a carrier or support division, and this is a landing operation. There's one more cargo ship is burning heavily. I guess this is maybe lost. This ship is maybe okay to save it. There are some supplies left, but I will not unload them. Make no sense to have here the next attack on this. So I will maybe keep or let this cargo ship left behind because it's lost. I cannot save it with this kind of fire damage and this high system damage. And then I will try maybe to go out of the hex so that the submarines are not attacking me here. And if I can take the base, I come back. Something like this. We will see. But how successful, the most important is, I have enough supplies for 1 or 2 attacks. And most powerful units, this is assault division, and they're looking fine. Plus the regiment. Also, no disruption, all fine, all ready to take Darwin. Good. And the rest is okay. I bring now back my formation. And I must prepare. Some supplies arrive here because I had no supplies in Omaya. I need supplies here. And then I must, once I can unload the supplies, I can maybe load the attack divisions and transfer them to Fiji, Suva, and then take the base hopefully soon without too much trouble. Good. Then see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.